The Gospels take great pain. That goes to great detail to help us to understand that Jesus' burial was very secure. Very secure. Because if an empty tomb was going to be the sign that Jesus had risen from the grave, then that tomb needed to be a solidly secured tomb to avoid the propagation of a hoax. Because if it were not a secured tomb, then anyone could have come and stolen the body of Jesus away and claimed that he'd risen from the grave. But no, the Bible goes to great detail to help us to understand not only did Jesus die, but the tomb that Jesus was placed in was absolutely secured. Beyond any kind of ability for anyone to create some kind of hoax, there was a security to this. John 19, beginning in verse 38. Actually, verse 41. At the place where Jesus was crucified, there was a garden, and in the garden a new tomb in which no one had ever been laid, because it was the Jewish day of preparation, and since the tomb was nearby, they laid Jesus there. Now let's go to the Gospel of Matthew. We see Jesus being laid in the tomb, but Matthew tells us a little bit more about what this tomb was all about. The next day, this is chapter 27 of Matthew, the next day, the one after preparation day, the chief priests and Pharisees went to Pilate. Sir, they said, we remember that while he was still alive, that deceiver, that's how they're speaking of Jesus now, that deceiver said, after 3 days I will rise again. So give the order for the tomb to be made, what's the next word? Secure. Give the order for the tomb to be made secure until the 3rd day. Otherwise, his disciples may come and steal the body and tell the people that he's been raised from the dead. The last deception will be worse than the first. Take a guard, Pilate answered. Go make the tomb as secure as you know how. So they went and made the tomb, what's the word again? Secure, by putting a seal on the stone and posting a guard. I'll tell you something, not only was Jesus' death a real death, but when they put him in a tomb, they made sure that no one could break into that tomb.